President Donald Trump says he held what he calls an excellent phone call with China's President Xi. Top topics. How's this for a list? Trade, Taiwan, the war between Russia and Ukraine, Iran, and oil. And this is before the two will meet face-to-face in a planned meeting for April. CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe joining us now. That is one heck of a list, Ed. So of all of those topics, which one stood out to you?
Well, I think he listed it in the order of urgency, certainly, talking about the military and trade, this trip in April, which is an encouraging sign that the two countries continue talking, even though they're frenemies or enemies, depending on the subject and the day. Important to see the leaders of the two most powerful countries in communication. Probably for domestic economic and political consumption is the mention further down about China's continued purchases of things like soybeans from Midwestern farmers. Remember, they took it on the chin this past season when China went shopping to Brazil and other countries for much of its agricultural needs. And then all the other stuff regarding airplane engine deliveries and things like that. So if you're looking to boost the American economy, you need to have customers like China. If you're looking to sustain global trade and a global economy, these two economies need to be talking. So encouraging to see that happen today. And again, the president reiterating here, as we've anticipated, that he's set to take a visit to China in April, which would be followed later in the year, either by Xi coming to the United States or the two of them meeting up again at some point somewhere in the fall.
President of peace, as we spin the globe for issues, today really is a big day also in that nuclear treaty between the United States and Russia. If I'm not mistaken, that treaty expires today. So is there any word from the White House about any plans to renew the treaty?
It does expire today, and what the White House is reminding reporters who are inquiring is that, in their view at least, the president will decide the path forward on nuclear arms control, which he's going to clarify in his own timeline, the White House is telling us. And he has talked repeatedly as a candidate, as president in his first term, and since he came back to office a little more than a year ago, about the need to continue to control the threat of nuclear weapons. What he has said publicly, though, in recent weeks or months is the idea of having not only the United States and Russia cut a new deal, but to potentially expand that agreement to include China. So we didn't see that mentioned in the readout by either country as a topic of discussion between Xi and Trump, but it is something that Trump at least has brought up. Should China be part of some future nuclear arms agreement? That would be quite a diplomatic feat were it to ever be signed off on, but also makes some sense given that China, along with the United States and Russia, of course, the largest holders of nuclear weapons in the world.
We know as soon as that news breaks, if and when, Ed O'Keefe, you'll have it. Thank you so much. Good to talk to you.